What if I told you that one of the longest forms of fine art is now a $3 billion industry and continuing to grow? Tattoos have been a part of worldwide culture for over 1,000 years and is still a taboo subject for modern civilization. With over one half of the US population acquiring a tattoo, this industry will become one of the most robust of our lifetime. With having over 20 tattoos myself, I find extreme value and purpose with my expression of art, all while maintaining a sense of professionalism amongst my peers. Tattoos hold a multitude of different styles, methods, and meanings abroad that one can acquire much history on this ever-booming industry. As we illustrate the art of tattooing, their meanings amongst the era will become very apparent. Tattoos and their meanings differentiate from person to person based on experiences. Introduced to the US by once cultural taboo groups to show loyalty, it is now morphed into an individualized art. In 1970s, tattoos were represented by those in countercultural groups, often associated with criminals, gang members, soldiers, and those in counter groups, as mentioned by Rajenkamp in 2019. It is cited that one of the most common reasons to get a tattoo is controlling their self-identification and becoming somebody that they want to be. A lot of people will use the form of tattooing as a form of therapy or remembrance of a loved one. As Bronco in 2017 states, people who often engage in tattooing use it as a healing practice to help with their self-image or relationship with their body. For years to keep coming, with so many different meanings in tattoos, there's no way that this evolution will ever slow down. Understanding now how many meanings a tattoo can hold, we'll go ahead and discuss different strategies used. Different strategies among cultures are often indigenous and date back to ancient times. In places such as Taiwan, specific hand tools were used to mark accomplishment. As Bronce in 2020 states, an atok, or a specific hand instrument that looks like this as a toothbrush with 4 to 16 needles made out of orange or tangerine thorns, was used to show accomplishment. Using such a pivotal technique, it definitely marked a time in America and helped proceed to New York City as another expansion. Inspired by Thomas Edison's electric pen, the first pedal rotary tattoo machine was invented in 1891 by tattoo guru Martin Hillenbrand to help identify lost soldiers. Using a new technique, and especially after these times, it helped pave the way for what tattooing would become today. With so many ways to orchestrate a tattoo, certain populations started to create hybrid styles that are still used today. For so many years, tattooing was performed underground until legalized in New York City, where Sailor Jerry, or traditional style tattoos, marked a crucial time for America that tattoo artists still use today, crafted by Sailor Jerry Collins himself. As referenced by Corcoran in 2014, Jerry would use a secret mixture of colors to send soldiers off to war, usually consisting of bright colors, deep lines, and nautical objects, making him very famous after his death in 1973. As quoted by Corcoran in 2014, Jerry was amongst the first person to photograph his artwork and by marketing to women, and well as finishing and drawing ensembles, making him a large mentor for generations to come. Across the country in California, a more modern and sleek approach was born: black and gray fine line. Starting off rough, Freddie began using single needle tattooing while serving his time in Folsom State Prison in the 90s, stating that using black and gray fine line tattooing was the closest you could get to using a pen or pencil. In an interview with Miraji in 2018, Freddie states that using a fine line black and gray, it is very thin. Unlike traditional style thick tattoos, fine lines have subtle shading and thin lines, making them so detailed that they look like a black and white photograph. With so many different styles of tattoos, it helps represent how many environmental factors and eras create art. Dating back to ancient times, tattoos have helped identify, express, and socially classify the population based on location. With a culture heavily influenced by artwork and self-expression, tattoos will continue to thrive in creative atmospheres, allowing others to study their history. The hope for years to come is to help educate others on tattoo culture, the origin, and how permanent ink can bring people together. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something about tattoos today.